welcome. My name is Raina Harris, and today I'm going to guide you through a 15-minute yoga warm-up flow that you can use at the beginning of a longer practice with more deeper, intense postures, or as a quick start to your day. In this 15 minutes, we'll begin with a brief gratitude meditation, then some seated warm-up stretches, and then a sun salutation to build some heat and grounding and to synchronize our mind with our body and our spirit or breath. So let's begin in a comfortable seat. You may want to use a bolster to lift your hips on the ground. And we'll just take a few deep breaths to calm the mind and ground us into this space. Now I invite you to place your hands on your knees, palms face up to receive. And what we'll do for this first, it's a 3-part gratitude meditation. On the first part, we will think of people that we're grateful for. So on the inhale, think of a person that you're grateful for, and on the exhale, express your gratitude for that person. We'll do this for the next 3 breaths. Place the tip of your middle finger next to the tip of your thumb. And on the next 3 inhales and exhales, I invite you to think of a place that you are grateful for. And on the exhale, express your gratitude towards that place. And bring your palms to touch at heart center. And for this last part of the gratitude meditation, I invite you to think of an experience that you're grateful for. And on the exhale, express your gratitude for that experience for the next 3 breaths. Now bring your thumbs to your forehead or your third eye center. And I invite you to set an intention for today's practice. Maybe it's to carry the spirit of gratitude, or maybe it's another aspiration that you have for your practice. Now we'll lift our arms towards the sky and offer that intention to the sun. Beautiful. We can lower those hands. We'll extend our feet out long, coming into seated pose. This has a name. I'll think of it later. Maybe shake your legs a little if your knees are feeling tender. And we'll inhale the arms up high overhead. And exhale, forward bend. Maybe bending your knees gently. I think it's nice to keep the back straight at first. Then inhale, lift, and exhale, fold. Maybe this time you round your back and drop your head towards your knees. Then inhale, halfway lift, straightening the back. And exhale, fold, maybe rounding the back. As you inhale and lift, and exhale and fold, notice the sensations that arise in your back and in your neck and in your legs. Finding what feels good for you. And inhale, come back up. We'll bring the feet, the soles of the feet to touch, knees open wide. You may want to place blocks under your knees to bring the ground up a little closer to you, or let them relax open. We'll do a lower body scan with massage. So we'll bring your thumbs to the arches of your feet and your fingers to the tops of your feet, and give yourself a nice little foot massage, paying attention to any sensations that come up, noticing any tension or pain. Again, if anything is painful, please listen to your body. You might notice some tenderness, some stretching, some lengthening, but things shouldn't be painful. So please listen to your body's intuition, and we are just your guides. And bring your hands to your toes, flexing and extending those toes. And bring your palms to your ankles. Massage your ankles. Notice any tension or soreness there. Move your hands, thumbs up to your calves, and move that flesh over the bone, just noticing any tension in your calves and in your shins. Is anyone feeling sore, particularly sore here? Maybe. Let's move our hands to our knees. Send some love and your attention to your knees, being aware and kind to them, especially if you have any soreness or injuries there. Move your hands up to your quads, be pressing in deeply, just noticing if there's any soreness or tension there. And move your hands to the inside of your hamstrings, just giving a nice massage, saying thank you to your hamstrings for all that they do for you. They might be tight. I know mine are. Anybody's hamstrings the tightest? Beautiful. Awesome. Let's bring our knees to touch. You may want to remove the bolster from underneath your seat if you have one. And place your hands behind your seat, and let's spread our feet hips width distance apart. And we'll windshield wiper our knees to one side. It's okay if your hip comes up. We'll try to get those knees towards the ground. And then twist by placing one hand on your knee and turning to face the back. And we'll rotate the arms and shoulders back towards the front, and windshield wiper our knees to the other side. And bring the arm around to twist the spine gently. And we'll come back to center and simply windshield wiper those knees left to right, maybe pausing where it feels good. Beautiful. Just lubricating those hip joints. Awesome. Bring those feet together and cross the legs. Come up onto hands and knees. Curl the toes, and we'll sit back onto our toes. This is like a modified hero's pose. Take a moment to breathe into the sensation. We'll come onto the hands and knees, inching your knees back until your knees are under your hips and your elbows are under your shoulders. I'll turn this way so you can see. Knees under hips, wrists under shoulders. And let's start. Let's extend that left leg long, and you can rock back and forth. Feel that nice stretch in your hamstring. Beautiful. You maybe want to inch your knee to the middle and lift that back left foot. Here, give your ankle a roll in one direction and then the other. Beautiful. And we'll do some one-leg hip circles. So bring the knee in, hover, extend the knee out to the side, then knee to the back, knee to the ground, knee to 90 degrees, knee to the back, One more like that. Waking up the hips, and we'll rotate in the other direction. This time pause in the hover, and we'll inhale, step that left foot outside the left hand, coming into a modified lizard pose. You may feel the stretch in your inner groin. Take a deep inhale here. You may want to bring your hands up to blocks if that feels good. Take one more inhale, and on your exhale, sink your hips backwards, coming into a half split. And exhale, we'll crawl the hands forward, maybe an inch that foot forward, coming into that full lizard pose. We're feeling the stretch in your hip flexor on the right side. One more inhale here. Exhale at half split. And inhale back to lizard. We'll step that left foot back, coming into our tabletop position, then resetting to repeat on the other side. We'll extend that right leg long, toes on the ground. Maybe you rock back and forth to get a nice stretch in that calf. Then inhale, lift the back leg. And we'll bring our knee towards the midline, then out 90 degrees, then to the back, towards the midline, out 90 degrees, towards the back. One more in this direction, and then reverse. Just noticing all the rotations of movement that the hip can do. We'll pause in the center and step that right foot outside the right hand for a modified lizard pose. Breathing into any sensations that arise here. We'll take one more deep inhale and exhale, sink back into that half split. Maybe take the box with you. And inhale, come forward, maybe inch the hands and the foot forward. Come back into that full lizard pose. Inhale and exhale. Half split. And we'll come. We'll leave. And turn around. We'll leave this right foot outside the right hand and step back, the left foot back to meet the front, coming into this wide-legged squat, Malasana squat. You may want to keep your heels on the ground. You may want to come into a half Malasana like me. And inhale, come to mountain pose, arms extended. Then exhale, bend those knees, wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, sink back down into that Malasana. Maybe you're a little bit lower this time. Inhale, arms to the sky. And exhale, forward fold, wide legs. And last time, we'll sink back into that Malasana, maybe even deeper this time. And inhale, arms to the sky. And exhale, mountain pose. The last thing I want to do together is a Sun Salutation Surya Namaskar A. But to spice it up, something I like to do when we're in a small group where there's an element of trust and community is to add an affirmation, a positive affirmation. And this way we can link our breath, the spirit, with our body, the movement, and our mind, the affirmation. So I'll cue the breath and then the movement or the pose, and then I'll say the affirmation, and in call response fashion, you'll repeat the affirmation after me. This is a very slow sun salutation, so we'll be holding each pose for maybe 3 seconds, so please feel free to breathe while we're holding that pose. And just remember, when we come into Chaturanga Dandasana, If this is a little too challenging for you this morning, you may want to modify by keeping your arms straight and coming into play, or maybe even bending your knees for more support. Yogi's choice. So, like I said, we'll begin in mountain pose. Feet comfortable with distance apart, palms face forward. Now inhale, arms to the sky. I'm filled with light and love. Exhale, forward bend. I'm present and connected. Inhale, halfway lift. I embrace challenges. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana or plank. I'm strong and resilient. Inhale, upward facing dog. My heart is open. Exhale, downward facing dog. I'm compassionate and forgiving. Inhale, forward bend, half lift. I'm capable of transformation. Exhale, forward bend. I trust the process. Inhale, arms to the sky, mountain pose. Arms extended. I'm worthy of all good things. Exhale, palms together at heart center. Namaste. And you can lower your hands to your side in mountain pose or Tadasana. And take a few deep breaths to notice how you feel. Thank you very much for practicing yoga with me today. May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be free, may you be safe. May you have a wonderful day. Namaste.